Here at Rocky Mountain College, the quarterback you're about to meet fires pinpoint passes. He's also athletic enough to play golf for Rocky. The question is, why isn't he, after suffering such a gruesome football injury?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of crossed my mind, but the thing I kept going back to was I can always play golf. You only get football for so long.
But doctors weren't convinced that Trent Nobach would ever return to football.
The morning before the surgery, the doctors told me, it's probably not in the cards to play again.
And telling that to a relentless competitor?
Kind of took that as a challenge.
Trent was Rocky's starting quarterback 2 years ago, and after a season-opening win, the Bears' opening drive of Game 2 produced one of the grisliest injuries a sport can deliver.
So I dislocated my femur from my hip socket, and then the hip socket shattered.
And at first, with pads on and stuff, you're like, okay, well, let's see what happens. And then kind of the look from Taylor of like, oh boy, we need to get the ambulance out here.
The thigh bone is the strongest and heaviest in the human body, and recovery on this injury was estimated at about 18 months.
That was a long process for him as a young man. He works his butt off. I mean, to have that hip surgery, to be in bed, to need help getting up, to all those things, and to still pull a 4.0 that fall. I mean, that's impressive.
Equally impressive, Trent was still voted team captain despite sitting out the rest of that season and all of last year. This spring, he's back competing for the starting job in his number 12 jersey.
Yeah, I've been wearing it for a while, and Tom Brady, all the greats, just kind of, well.
As he works on hip rotation, Trent is also working on his master's in accountancy. But back to golf, where it would have been easy and understandable to trade his cleats for spikes at Rocky. As a scratch player, he likely would have remained on scholarship. His coach is glad he chose the opposite.
No, I think he likes golf in his spare time. I'll still beat him. He doesn't want it. He won't admit that or say that.
No, he can't.
Scott Breen, MTN Sports.